Welcome to Happy Place Aquatics. I did a thing. I added 4 Geophagus jurapari. Local fish store had him. He's had him for a minute. Got to give a shout out to him today. I had a crisis. I messaged him. He hooked me up. Crisis was that POS leaked. So I got a hold of him. It was actually last night when I noticed it. I had a stream running across my fish room. So I called him up and he hooked me up with these. Got 2 of them. I've got running that tank and running that tank. So that's how we do it. We get them running, we get them going. This will be actually slight of a review of that filter as well. So I have the FZ6 right here, which I've been using for a couple years now. I bought it to replace a Marine Land that I thought was bad, which wasn't. It was just the impeller for some reason got stuck. Didn't burn up, just got stuck. So I replaced it with that. And believe it or not, Marine Land's still in service right there. It is keeping my 125-gallon African cichlid and Bona tank crystal clear, along with 3 sponge filters. Also got a power head pushing everything to that side. So, but if you live in Northeast Ohio and you're looking for a good fish store, right there you go. Agna Aquatics. No, I'm not getting paid for that either. George is actually a good dude. So I would definitely recommend, if you live near here, to go see him. My Geophagus steni there is nice and colored up today. However, my redhead tapajos aren't so red on the head today, so they must either be stressed or just, I don't know. One is red and the other 2 aren't. As you can see, my jewel cichlid is still red, looking beautiful. I love this fish. Fish is beautiful. You know, these are some of the fish I actually really wanted. I started out my first African cichlids were these guys, all the yellow ones, all the yellow Labdichromuses were my first African cichlids, and I still have the majority of them. I've maybe lost 2 of them, which is wild because I've had them for a few years. But I wanted an African cichlid tank, and here we are. That guy is beautiful. Dark blue. Just beautiful. So is that one. Not as pretty as you, though. And I do have one little fella in here. I have no idea where this fish came from. Not a clue. I never purchased it, didn't get it with any other fish, and it's just magically here. So it's got to be an offspring of some of these guys. I believe that ACI is not long for this world. Poor fella. But we'll get back to these filters here. These are the FZ5s. They're 450 gallons per hour. They're quiet. Like, I mean, they are super quiet. Only thing you hear right now is the spray bar, because I kind of actually like the spray bar. Everybody's like, oh, your fish room should be quiet. No, your fish room should be what you want it to be. If you want it to be loud and noisy, let it be loud and noisy. If you like something, do it your way. Fish keeping is not made to be done one way. What works for you may not work for someone else, and vice versa. Just remember that. You know, that's the one thing I don't like about this hobby is you get people, oh, you know, you got to do your pH, it's got to be here, and your glass has got to be there, and blah, 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 blah. No, it doesn't. It does not have to be that. And everybody keeps chasing wild water parameters for fish that are captive bred and raised. What's in the Amazon or in the African Lake Malawi or Victoria or any of those, none of those water parameters are going to work for your fish unless they are wild caught. I've argued with people, I've had that conversation, and people tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not, because my fish are healthy. Yes, I lose a few here and there. Some of them are aged, some of them are poor bred fish, some of them are sick, but it's not because of water parameters. Like this tank right here, for instance. I came down here yesterday, this tank smelled sour. Look at the fish. They look like they're doing fine to me. But as far as these filters go, they have bio balls, bio rings. They have a carbon pad at the top, and believe it or not, these things filter some water pretty well. For instance, this FZ6 right here, I have it on this tank. Yeah, I do have 8 sponge filters in here. 2 of them are on power heads, but to be honest with you, it wasn't that clear until I added that filter. I've also got one right there on my 240 along with a marine land. I'm going to have to up the filtration on that at some point because, well, there's a lot of fish in there. It is Sunday. The Browns are playing. I am not a football fan. So, usually when it's on, the wife is watching the Browns game and I go down here. I got invited to the Browns game today, but we have a lunch thing, actually a dinner thing with Grandma, so, and the in-laws, so not gonna happen. Look at all those BA Tetras. I'm trying to find one particular fish in here. Right there he is. He has no tail. I have moved him. I put him in a quarantine tank by himself, just so I know he wouldn't get picked on, and when I knew he was healthy enough to put him back in here, I put him in here. And he's doing well. They don't seem to bother him. So that's a good thing. I do have babies in here. They're scattered and hiding, because these guys will eat everything. I had 6 Joels at one time, and they had a clutch of babies in here, and their babies did not make it. I mean, no matter how hard Mama and Daddy tried to protect them, they were dinner. But quiet little filters. I don't know if they even make them anymore. I don't believe they do. They are kind of old, older model. So it's just awesome to sit down here, even though it's just a little noisy. But it's just nice. Let's take a trip across the fish room. Part of the fish room. Oh look, all the new guys right front and center. Got some big eyes. But they're nice fish. These things are going to be huge. They're probably going to get about 10 inches. Like I said, I do have plans to get a bigger tank. It is coming. But we're going to take a trip over here. This is probably one of my favorite fish in here. This one and that one are probably my two of my favorite fish in here. They're currently on sponge filters and power heads. I've done it with Oscars. You have to change the water though. You can't just let it ride for a month and be like, oh, I only got to do a 20% water change. No, Oscars are dirty fish. No matter what you say, they are dirty fish. So, gotta fix this light. For some reason, this light got twisted around. There we go. Makes that tank look a little better now. Oh, quick fact. if you don't want to spend $60 for these, buy yourself some of that. That is double walled greenhouse panels. Works perfect for the lids. Got them on this tank, and I made them for this tank. This one's a little forward because I got my intakes and outtakes for my canister filters right there. And this one, just, I don't know why the hell this is not sitting level, but there we go. There we go. Same with this one. But I guess I could say this dude's like one of the cooler fish I have too. He's got so much personality now that he didn't have in his other tank. Damn new fish. I believe given the right amount of time and probably leave this tank the way it is, this will be a beautiful tank, because I know these two of these Sevrums are old. Like that guy right there, that one is old, and that one back in there is old. So, but nobody hides in this tank. They're all out. Oh, you guys done fought and ripped a plant off the back. Nice. I was wondering why it was floating right there. I'll have to replace that where it goes. It's hilarious. There's also a pleco in here. Don't know where it is, but there's a pleco in here. It's probably in that cave right there, or somewhere attached to that rock, or in that rock, for all I know, or under that piece of wood, or somewhere back in there. Who knows? I got those guys, they were tiny. And I got rid of them because I thought they were killing fish in my tank. And the fish store owner held on to them, and I went back and picked them up not that long ago and put them in here. As you can see, the only thing Mario themed left of this tank is Donkey Kong, and I believe that is Diddy Kong. There are only two other than the background that is on the wall. That was the wife's idea. We went with it, and then all of a sudden she didn't like it, which is fine. You can always rescape your tanks and do them however you want. Eventually, I'm probably going to add some more fake plants to this tank. Make it look a little better. More hiding spaces for babies, because these guys like to breed. I've got two over here that they've tried probably 6 times since I've put them in there. And then these two little yellow ones over here, these two guys, were in that big terracotta pot in the back, and they did the same thing. They were making babies. So, longer video today, I know. But it'd actually be 2 videos put out today. It was 2 put out yesterday. It'll be 2 today. I'm not trying to make content every day because I only can do it when I can, but I try to do it as much as I can. But that filter upsets me still. But, right note, I have a backup now. In case one goes down, I have another one. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.